We think we can make a lot of impact through collaboration. Now, collaboration only works if there is a community. If people that have same interests, peers around ESG, come together and collaborate. The whole idea of the community came with the Sustainability Osapiens Summit, SOS24, where we got over 1,000 companies in the same place and for 2 days, and we realized that people were talking to each other more than they were talking to us. So, and we thought after the 2 days that was a huge success with over 2,000 people, 1,000 companies coming. That's a pity that it is only happening once a year for 2 days, and everybody needs to be face to face, while people want to exchange on a 24/7 basis. The objective of creating a community is to make bigger impact altogether. Everybody that is doing anything in the area of environment, social, or governance, ESG. Now, it could be a sustainability manager of a company, it could be a head of compliance of a company, it could be as well a head of investor relations in a company, because if you know how to use ESG data, it will have a positive impact in your company valuation. So, and of course, associations, partners. We have a lot of companies doing consulting around sustainability. We have also people from regulatory affairs that are engaged with government bodies. So I think everybody that is active or passively involved in topics in a company around environment, social governance. We think the value of a community around ESG can be huge. I mean, we are learning that ourselves still. So we started now with the ability of asking questions. I mean, many people around ESG, sustainability managers have a lot of questions around how to interpret some legal obligations they have. They have the need to exchange maybe some doubts that they might have whether they are doing things right or not. So for sure, one value is to be able to ask questions and get answers on topics of interest for you or on laws that you are implementing. Another one is groups. Being able to have groups, focus groups on maybe on an industry or on a topic that is of interest for you, and to be able to exchange with peers within that group. The other value we think is also to get informed about events and trainings. I mean, together with our partner community, there are hundreds of events running every month, but just you don't know it. Like if you are interested in EU taxonomy, you might want to go out to a EU taxonomy briefing. If you are onto product carbon footprint, you might want to go to one of our partner events, trainings on product carbon footprint and LCA. If you are into ESG reporting, you might want to visit one of our briefings we do with KPMG on CSRD, for example, right? So that's the third functionality. And we are thinking about even creating new values, like if you have a community coming together in focus groups, you could use these groups to reduce waste or to increase circularity as well within a certain group. Like, for example, healthcare. There is a big problem with hospital waste. Maybe these hospitals come together into a community focus group. They can start sharing stock, for example, right? And so get more circularity and decrease waste. There are a lot of potentials. For now, we started with the 3 values: ask questions, get answers, create groups to exchange with peers around you, and get informed about events and trainings happening. But that's the beginning, right? Once the community is rolling, we are going to have a lot more added values that today are still not maybe something we are even thinking of. This is a big investment for everybody. I think someone had to do it. It's not for-profit thing, right? This is something where nobody's paying anything to be part of. We think that if you get value for no money, people normally will more and more use it because you get value and you pay nothing. So the very low cost of using it will increase the value of using it. We are an open community, so we are not only osapiens and our customers. And first of all, you don't have to even be a customer of osapiens to use it. You don't even have to be a partner for Osapiens to use it, so it's an open community. So we think it would be very likely in 2 years the largest community around ESG in the world. It's not going to be only us bringing content, it's going to be our partners, our customers, our prospects, and anybody that is involved in ESG. For us, we want to establish the platform because we think we are here for impact, and through collaboration we can get the biggest possible impact. And hopefully it's not only bounded to Europe, where we have a lot of ESG regulations, but going beyond Europe into the US, maybe Latin America, Asia as well. So we want to make it global. It needs to be cross countries, it needs to be cross topic, and obviously open. So we think we'll be the largest community in the world for ESG in the next 2 to 3 years. Why we are having this series of video podcasts? Sometimes it's nice to hear what people think. Like this interview, it was just me sharing with you my thinking. I've put a lot of thoughts in what I'm saying over the last 1 year, and like me, there are a lot of people that are thinking a lot about how to make a bigger impact. And I think it's a lot of value to have these people talking in little interviews to people directly, right? I'll give you an example. Today, everybody is thinking that ESG, or many people outside of ESG space are thinking ESG is bureaucracy. Now, in reality, if you ask the colleagues from Goldman Sachs, one of the largest investment banks in the world, they will tell you that you can drive company value by ESG. Now, they have something called ES Sustain, that's going to be one of the next podcasts, where they are able to explain ESG managers in companies how to prepare ESG data so that asset managers and money allocators can understand that and increase the investments in companies that are more sustainable. I mean, just having 10-15 minutes from the right person, being able to explain how to use ESG data to increase company value, I think can create a lot of value for people in that space. But there are hundreds of examples like this, and we want to take the opportunity to have little 10 minutes, 15 minutes interviews to get people that understand a lot about one topic around ESG, like for example how to use ESG data to increase company value, and share that information with potential ESG managers from companies, just to get better. And that's one of many examples that we will have. Yeah, I don't have the exact calendar of all the podcasts we are planning to do, but we'll always thought about little questions like this, right? I mean, how to use ESG data to increase company value, or how to use the right product carbon footprint emission data to decrease emission factor data to decrease my product carbon footprint at the end. Or so always little focused topics, one question and answer. Or for example, why an ESG Peers community? That was the topic of this interview, right? I mean, clearly to increase the impact. Yeah. So.